again, and welcome to Tramshed's free art program on YouTube Live, running every Tuesday and Sunday at 4 p.m. throughout spring. I'm Junk Jodie, an artist performer. I make things from recycled materials, also known as junk. Making things from recycled materials is super fun, it's cheap to do, and it's good for our planet too. Now, to get the most out of this session today, please choose live chat rather than top chat in the chat function. This way you can chat to us and other people joining in the session. Feel free to ask me questions and you can join in today as much and as little as you would like. Now, I'm really excited to be here with you all. We have lots of fun. We are going to be making a rainbow fairy. Not just any rainbow fairy. A very, very special, positive and kind rainbow fairy. We also have a rainbow experiment later. You will get to learn how to grow your own rainbow. You will get to see my Junk Jodie art collection, and I have a fairy quiz. We will be also learning how a rainbow works. So, let's start with my little fairy quiz. Now, I don't know about you, but I love fairies so much. I've been collecting fairies since I was a little child, and I still have my fairy collection today. So why don't we try and guess the names of my fairies? Okay, so please do comment in the chat. I'd love to see your comments, and let's have a look at our first fairy. So let's look. So what do we think of the name of this fairy? She's got a bit of purple, like my hairband over here. This flower is a very special flower, so she's a flower fairy, and this flower smells lovely. Can you guess? Any guesses on what you think the name of this fairy is? I'm going to give a few more seconds. So this is one of my favourite flowers, this is. It's a very special flower. I also have some in my garden. I don't know if you've seen it before, but let's have a look at the answer. Lavender! Her name is Lavender because she's a lavender fairy. Well done if you got that right. Did you know lavender is known to calm people whenever they feel worried or afraid? Because it smells so lovely, and some people smell lavender before they go to bed because it helps them sleep. I just love lavender so much, and it's so pretty too, don't you think? Okay, right. Oh, we've got a comment there. Very good, nice try. We'll have a look at our next fairy now. Had a comment here saying bluebell. So let's have a look at our, okay, right. So this is our next fairy. Now this one's got orangey yellow shades. Have you seen this flower before? Sometimes they're quite big. You can get smaller ones. We've got someone here saying a violet. Okay, answers are coming in. Let's have a look. So I'll give you a clue. This is a flower fairy, and the name goes in sunny. There's lots of sunshine going on. What flower do you think this is? Okay, let's have a look at what fairy this is. It's sunflower. She's a sunflower fairy, and that's her name. She beams sunshine. And did you know that the world's tallest sunflower grew to roughly 1,221 centimeters tall? Wow, that's big. Could you imagine being that tall? Woo. Okay, so well done if you got that right. Now let's have a look at our third fairy. Oh, so this one is actually a boy fairy, and there's shades of blues. Blues. Now, can you guess the name of this fairy? It's also a flower fairy, and you can often find this flower coming out in the spring, in the woods. What colours can you see? Oh, I can see here someone said sunflower from earlier. Well done. Good work. You were right. So can you guess the name of this one now? Oh, your Nan's favourite. A chrysanthemum, which is, wow, that's a very fancy flower, that one. I like that one a lot. I like that these flowers are reminding you of something. So let's have a look at the answer of this one. What are we thinking? Bluebell! He's a bluebell fairy. Did you know that ants help spread bluebell seeds? So if you live near a woods, you may find bluebells popping up in your garden. Pretty cool. Oh, we've got someone here saying a little boy blue. He is a little boy that's very blue. Yes, indeed. Right, let's have a look at our final fairy. Okay, this is another boy fairy, a little fairy. What do we think the name of this fairy is? I'll give you a clue. It's not a flower this time. It's a fruit. And a yummy fruit. Quite a sweet flavoured fruit. What name do we think? What are we thinking? There's red and there's also yellow seeds. What names do we think this little fairy is? Shall we have a look? Let's have a look. Ah, strawberry, of course. He's a strawberry fairy. And did you know that the average strawberry has roughly 200 seeds? I know, that's a lot of seeds for such a tiny strawberry. Well, that's the end of our fairy quiz. Thank you for joining in there. We've got an answer here. It says Bob. Yes, well, it could be Strawberry Bob. You know, he might like the name Bob too. So, well done if you got any of those right. I'm just going to show you here quickly. So I've got them here, my very special flower fairies. This is my sunflower fairy. I've had these since I was so young. And I've got lavender here. Let's have a look at strawberry. Little strawberry, like you can see there. And of course, bluebell. So they're very precious, these fairies, to me. Okay, so let's move on. Now, on that fairy note, we're going to have a look at what we need to make this fairy. So let's have a look at the materials needed to make this fairy. So we're going to be using some recycled card and earbuds, some scrap fabric. If you haven't got scrap fabric, you can use card or paper, a lollipop stick, some wool or some string, whatever you've got, some sewing thread. I've just got grey here, any colour you've got, some scissors. We must be very careful with our scissors, a ruler, some coloured pens, the same colours of the rainbow if you've got them, or whatever colours you've got, some PVA glue and a paintbrush for our PVA glue. Now, if you don't have everything here, don't worry, just use what you have. This exercise is all about having fun and learning. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to give you 2 minutes now to go and see if you can find any of these materials or anything similar. So, have fun trying to find some of these bits. Okay, so I hope you managed to find some of those materials or anything similar. Before we start, just a reminder, this exercise is all about having fun and learning. It doesn't have to be perfect, and that's how the fairies see it too. We are going to be making this little rainbow fairy. Please make sure to be really careful with your scissors and make sure you ask your grown-ups to help you. Safety is key. Let's start. Okay, so I'm going to take my lollipop stick here. Now I'm going to also take my ruler. I want to measure 3 centimeters down and mark it with a pencil, just like that. Once I've done that, I need to take my earbuds. So I've got my earbud here. I want to find the middle of my earbud and hold it. Hold it in between this marking. So I'm going to take my sewing thread now. So I've got my sewing thread here. I'm not going to cut anything off. I'm just going to take this and wrap it around my finger. Like that. Take my finger out. And I'm just going to start wrapping it round. So we don't want to actually wrap it round your finger. You just want to wrap it round the cotton bud and the lollipop stick. And we're going to go round and round and round and round and round like this. You can see what I'm doing here. So I'm going round and round and round. And then I want to go over the other side now. And go round again. So round this side now. And round. Round. Let's hold that there. Round. And round. And round. And round. And round. I'm going to straighten this up so you can move the arms. You should start to see a cross like this. Now that should be enough. You'll know when it's tight enough. Just like this. Now once that's done, I'm just going to carefully cut my thread. I now just want to tie a knot. So ask your grown-ups to help you do this. Tie a knot at the back just to keep it in. Oh, nearly slid away then. Okay, and there we are. So I've just wrapped a little tiny knot there. Now I'm just going to cut this excess off. So there, you should have the top part of your fairy's body, the fairy's arms, and the fairy's neck, and the fairy's tummy. So now, next step, what we want to do is, and you can also lift it up higher if you needed to. Next step, our fairy needs a top. So pick a colour out of your pens, your favourite colour, any colour. I'm going to go with the shade turquoise. I quite like that colour, a greeny blue. And I'm going to colour in my fairy's top. So I'm going to zoom in for this and show you how to do this. So let's have a look. So yeah, what we want to do is colour our fairy's top just like that, at the top, and then we will turn it around as well. Yep, so I've made it roughly 3 centimeters tall. You can make it as long as you want. You could even add polka dots or a rainbow or stars, why not? You can colour this top however you would like. And you can do the sides as well if you want to. A little bit of the sides. And once that's done, you should have something like this. So there we have what looks like the shape of a cross. We've got our fairy's arms, our fairy's top. Now our fairy needs, I think she needs a skirt. Fairies love skirts as well. They love dresses and skirts. So let's have a look at how we're going to make this skirt. I'm going to zoom in for this. Let's have a look. So I'm going to show you here. See, I've got my piece of fabric. I'm going to take my pen and I want to draw 2 shapes that look like leaves. I'm just going to draw them down here and then I'll show you once I've drawn them. So just like this. So we want to draw 2 leaves like this. Okay. And just comment on these. Okay, so now I'm going to show you on this clip. So we're just drawing them. So we're going to draw 2 dots like this. And we're going to draw a line. And we're going to draw another line. Now we need to cut these out. So let's cut them out. Be really careful with your scissors. Ask your grown-ups to help you. I'm just going to cut these out here. So we are going to cut these out. We are live on YouTube, so it might freeze at times. That's just normal. Okay, now it's going to add. Okay, once that's done, we have our skirt, our fairy skirt. So I'm going to take my fairy's body now, and I'm going to get some PVA glue. So wherever I just put, let me just get my PVA glue. It's just behind here. And my paintbrush. And I'm just going to stick on my skirt. So I'm going to cover this part in PVA glue. Just like that. I'm going to turn it around and cover this part also with PVA glue. Now I'm going to stick my fairy skirt on. Just like this. I'm going to turn it around. And there we have our fairy skirt. So our fairy is now looking truly fabulous. Okay, once our fairy skirt's done, it's time to make our beautiful fairy wings. But first of all, I'm going to show you how a rainbow works. So let's have a look at this little clip on how a rainbow works. So here we've got 3 ingredients of a rainbow, sunshine and a raindrop. That's what you need, sunshine.
The reason violet is at the bottom of the rainbow is because it bends the most. And the reason red is at the top of the rainbow is because it bends the least. And we can see a rainbow because the separated light is reflected towards our eyes. And did you know a rainbow is actually the shape of a circle, but we can only see half of it because the ground is hiding the other half.
So yeah, that's how a rainbow works. Pretty exciting. I do love rainbows so much. They are so fun. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make these lovely fairy wings. Let's have a look. Let's zoom in and have a look at how to make these lovely fairy wings. So we're going to draw a line up like this. And we're going to draw a line curved down. We're going to draw out. Then we're going to draw inwards like that. We're going to come up from the top here, go right down. And we're going to curve in. We can draw another line down here and this side. And there we have our fairy wings. They don't have to be perfect. We're now going to cut them out. Be really careful with your scissors. Make sure your fingers are out the way. Just going to cut these fairy wings out. Fairy wings are so fabulous. You can get fairy wings in green, blue, yellow, orange, purple, all the colours of the rainbow. But I love the thought of a rainbow fairy having all the colours on their wings. Magic fairy. Can you think of a name for your fairy? What do you think you would call your fairy? You could have rainbow in it. Okay, now the wings are cut out. We want to now decorate our fairy's wings. So we're going to start with the first colour of the rainbow, which is red. We're just going to draw an outline like this. Oh, wow. You're going to call yours Flappy Bob. Wow. That makes sense because the wings flap. And then Bob's a wonderful name for a fairy. Love that. Any other names out there? So I've had a comment now saying they're going to name their fairy Flappy Bob. So let's see what other names are going to be coming up. So red is a lovely colour. As you can see, my background earlier is red. I've got a red flower on my head. You can get red apples. What else can you think of that's red? Anything can you think of that's red? So we're going to colour down this area now. And we're going to come down here, colour this in. Can you start thinking of the next colour of the rainbow while we're doing this? What's the next colour? What's the colour after red? Let's see. So there's red and then there's orange. Orange, yes. I love this jolly music. It makes me feel very jolly. Do you like music? Okay, now we're going in with the orange. So we've just done the whole outline of our wings there in red. Now we're going in with the orange here. Yeah, that's it. La da da da. Okay, now we're going to colour in right down here. Perfect round. Wonderful. Come right down. And we're going to go back up. Can you think of anything that's orange? Anything that's orange? Obviously, we have a orange, the fruit. My top I'm wearing is orange. Can you see anything in your room or your house that's orange? Anything? Can you notice that's orange? What's orange? Do you like the colour orange? I would say it's one of my favourite colours. I love orange so much. Now we're going in with yellow. Did you guess the next colour would be yellow? Next colour is yellow, so let's go right down here. Lovely bit of yellow. Colour that bit in. It's going to start becoming quite squeezed now, which is fine. The colours are going to start getting closer to each other. That's not a problem at all. Can you start thinking of the next colour of the rainbow? What's after yellow? We've got red. We've got orange. We've got yellow. Then we have the colour green. I love green. I actually have a Junk Jodie top in all the rainbow colours. I just love rainbows. Okay, now what's the next colour? Green. Let's have a look. Okay, so we're going to colour these inward bits. We're running out of space a bit, so that's fine. They'll start to get a bit thinner. Pen markings, which is not a problem. I'm going to thicken the lines up ever so slightly. And thickening the sides. And we're connecting those bits. Wonderful. Now what's the next colour? Can we think of the next colour? Blue! Absolutely. So we're going to go in with some blue. What's the colour after blue? It would normally be indigo on the rainbow, but we're just going to go in with violet or a purple, whatever colour you've got there. You can go in with indigo sort of colour if you have that. I normally use a dark blue for indigo. It's quite similar. We're going to go in with purple now, our final colour, and then our fabulous wings are complete. And there we have our lovely wings. Okay, here we are, everyone. Now what we want to do is stick our wings on. So, I'm just going to add some PVA glue here, just like that. I'm going to stick my fairy on just like this. Now, it might take a while to dry, so just be gentle when holding it. Maybe hold it from the bottom at the moment. Now, something important our fairy does need. Can you think of it? What does our fairy need? Does it need a face? I think it does. Okay, I'm going to zoom in and show you how to make the fairy's face. We're going to draw a circle. And we're going to add a smiley face. And eyes, eyelashes, and a little nose. We then want to carefully cut it out. I like to do the eyes like that because I just feel the fairy looks like she's peaceful, she's calm, and she's happy. La da da. And there we have our fairy's face. So now what we want to do is stick our fairy's face on. What I'm going to do is just take some PVA glue again. Just going to stick it here at the top. I'm going to go right to the top, just like this. I'm going to stick my fairy's face on. I'm going to leave a tiny gap at the top. Just stick her hair on, so making sure there's enough just at the very top. And now I'm going to stick my fairy. So find the middle of your wool or string. And then I'm just going to stick her lovely rainbow. I've got rainbow wool. You can use string, wool, whatever you've got. And there we have it, everyone. Our very own rainbow fairy using recycled materials. Now, how high can your fairy fly? How low can she go? How slow? Let's have a look at how my fairy moves around in my garden. she moved. So did you think of a name for your fairy? She certainly is a magical fairy. Now you could make many of these now at home, just using cereal box cards, a lollipop stick and earbuds, some coloured pens and some wool or string. So now I'm going to put my fairy aside just to leave her to dry now. So leave yours to dry, then you can have a play later. I'll put mine down here. Okay, so now I wanted to show you a great way to start collecting your recycled materials. I would say get yourself a box, any box. I've just got myself here a cardboard box, a recycled cardboard box. I've also decorated it. I've got buttons, I've got ribbon, I've decorated it with colours, I've got my name on it. And I love my Junk Jodie box. And in here I have all sorts of different bits. So I've got some milk bottles, clean ones. They're really good. You can turn these into elephants and all sorts. So collecting your milk bottles and washing them out so they're clean is great. Plastic bottles are brilliant. There's so much you can do with plastic bottles. Cereal boxes. Now there's so much card you get from a cereal box, and card can be so expensive. So if you can keep your cereal boxes, you can make so much from them. You just have to turn them inside out, and there's loads to make. And glue rolls. I always collect my glue rolls. There's endless amounts of art to make the glue rolls. Make sure you don't collect anything sharp, and safety is key. So only collect soft things. I'm going to put this over here. Okay, so now I'm also going to show you some things I've made from my Junk Jodie collection. Here we have a fully cropped steam wagon made from a cereal box and a loo roll. We've got a steering wheel there. We've got wheels. Okay, let's have a look what else I've got here. A canal boat. Have you ever seen a canal boat? Here we've got some plastic bottles I've used and just a Weetabix box, a small one, cereal box. And there I've got my canal. Let's have a look at the next one. A Highclere castle. This is using a cereal box and some gold paints. There's so much you can make. A fairy house using a plastic bottle. Now this will work really well with your fairy. We've got a rocket. Can you do a countdown with me? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift off. Awesome. And then we have our superheroes. There's loads of fun you can have with your cereal boxes, loo rolls, bottles, plastic bottles. And we have now a Jane Austen sock puppet. This is a Jane Austen sock puppet made from a J-cloth, some cling film, some wool, and an old sock. Hi, Jane. Oh, hello. Hi, how are you? I'm very good today, Junk Jodie. Lovely to be here with Tramshed. I know it is, isn't it? Mustache. Oh, okay, bye, Jane. Jane Austen sock puppet. There's so much fun to have with your recycled materials. Now we're coming to the end of our session, but I have something really exciting to show you. I'm going to teach you how to make your own rainbow by growing it with the rainbow experiment. So let's have a look at what you need for this and how to do it. You need 2 bottles, or bowls, 2 bowls. I've used 2 plastic bottles as my bowls. With your water roughly 4 centimetres high, all the colours of the rainbow, a pair of scissors, and a kitchen tea towel, kitchen paper towel. We want to fold it in half. And we want to just cut the folded edge very carefully, mind our fingers. Wonderful. And now we are going to colour in a rainbow either side, roughly 2 centimetres either side. I'm going to speed through this now for you. What's your favourite colour of the rainbow? I think I'd say orange. Now we want to take our 2 bowls of water and we want to place our rainbow either side of it. And we want to watch our rainbow grow. You just want to place a small part of the edge into either side of the water, not the whole thing, just a slight bit. And you can watch your rainbow grow. It can take up to 15 minutes. You can have a go later or at the weekend. But watch that grow, isn't that cool? And there we've got it, everyone. Our rainbow experiment. So yeah, that's our rainbow experiment. There's lots of rainbows. Now I hope you had fun watching this session. Please do let us know what you think. You can get in touch via email info@tramshed.org, or social media links will be put in the chat now. Please do check them out. If you have had fun today, please fill out Tramshed's monitoring form. This helps Tramshed keep the majority of their programs free, which is so important. We would be grateful if you could please fill out their monitoring form. It only takes a couple of minutes and you can find the link in the chat. It will be so appreciated and we'd love to hear your feedback. This session has been part of Tramshed's All Together Now programme. There'll be 3 sessions on YouTube Live on Tuesdays and Sundays. They have been going for the past Tuesdays and Sundays throughout spring, so make sure to check all the different videos that have been going on Tramshed's YouTube Live. Find out more about All Together Now and the great work Tramshed do at tramshed.org. If you know someone without digital access, please tell them they can download All Together Now activity sheets from the Tramshed website, or get in touch with Tramshed via phone or email, and they can post activity sheets straight to them. We want everyone to have fun making art and being creative. Please do share your creations too. So please share your fairy and your rainbow experiment to Tramshed via email or social media, or by dropping off any creative masterpieces at Tramshed's venue on Mondays between 12 and 4 p.m. And they will be displayed in their community arts gallery window display. This will be so special for people walking past to see, and will keep spreading positivity. We've come this far through the tough times and we are going to be coming out of them with lots of positivity. So seeing all these lovely artworks really makes people happy. You can also share a photo to my Junk Jodie social media platforms too. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can have a look at my YouTube channel. I'll just show you it now. Junk Jodie, art and storytelling. There's loads of videos on there. I tell stories on children's well-being, as well as there's loads of fun-free recycled art videos. Here we have the Easter puppets, a very simple castle. This also teaches you about castles, the history, superheroes. You get to meet my superhero sock puppet friends. And here's Rainbow. Learn about upcycling and what upcycling is. The rainbow experiment and the rainbow face mask. We've got a butterfly using a cereal box, drawing around our hands. The rocket, learn about space. All my videos are super educational. And we've got the fairy house, which is a magical enchanted episode. And of course, Jane Austen, who I showed you. There's lots of fun facts about Jane Austen, the Basingstoke Canal in these videos. And a Thornycroft steam wagon. So you can learn about Thornycroft as well, and Highclere Castle. I actually filmed outside the castle, and there is loads of fun facts about Highclere and Tutankhamun in that video. It It's been wonderful running this session today. Thank you, Tramshed, for having me. And I can't wait to see your rainbow fairy creations. Please do share them. That's all from me for now, everyone. Stay safe and have a lovely week and weekend. Doo-doo, doo-doo.